Hey everyone, it's Kenji, and we're going to be making a grilled potato salad, actually a griddled potato salad. So when we were in Japan in April, we went to this izakaya called Wow Wow Tonight, which is run by this guy, Yasu Hayashi. And it's this kind of wild place that does, a mix of some traditional dishes, but mostly just like kind of modern takes on izakaya dishes. And izakaya, by the way, is like a Japanese pub, so it's like where you go to drink and to eat snacks, So izakaya food is like the equivalent of nachos and wings in Japan, So a very common dish in Japan in izakayas is a potato salad, so Japanese potato salad, but they had a grilled potato salad on the menu. So he made Japanese potato salad the way you typically would, which is with, potatoes, which we have here. We all I did was boil these potatoes and I seasoned them with a little salt and sugar. Potatoes, Japanese salad, potato salad often has ham. At the izakaya, they cured their own ham, but I'm going to actually just use slab bacon in mine. So this is very loosely inspired by that dish that we had there. Japanese potato salad often has corn, so I'm going to put corn in mine. I'll also put scallions in mine. And then we're going to kind of mix the whole thing up with mayo. And what's funny is that I made a potato salad last summer and I was thinking to myself and I had leftovers in the fridge. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if what would happen if you could just grill this like a like a breakfast hash, because to make really good hash, you parboil potatoes and then the next day you fry them, and mayonnaise is essentially, it's like mostly oil. So it just seemed to make sense that you could take this leftover potato salad, put it in a griddle and cook it until it was, brown and crispy. I honestly haven't tried it yet, but that's essentially what we're doing today. So at Wow Wow Tonight, they put it on a griddle, teppanyaki. They didn't brown it a ton, but they kind of got it hot and a little bit crispy in bits. I think today the goal for me is going to be more to make it sort of similar to a hash. So we'll kind of spread it out on the griddle. We'll see how it browns up and crisps, and we'll try and get some nice textural contrast in there. All right, so slab bacon. Japanese potato salad also very often has cucumber in it, but we're going to leave the cucumber out today because I think the wateriness would just kind of mess up the dish. I guess in some ways this is actually similar to a warm, German style potato salad with bacon, but we'll see how it turns out. I want nice big chunks of bacon. Oh, it might be good as well if you did a griddled potato salad like this, but instead of bacon you use guanciale. I think that would be really good. All right, let's mix this all up in a bowl that's much too small for it. So at Wow Wow Tonight, they kind of cook their potatoes more, which is what you would do for a Japanese potato salad. Japanese potato salad is kind of, the texture is almost cold, somewhere between cold mashed potatoes and potato salad. It's very kind of fluffy and not a lot of big chunks like this. And then, I was watching Yasu do this at the restaurant there. The way he did it, they used something that was much more similar to that. So potatoes that were a little bit mushier, and then also a lot more mayonnaise. It had a sort of, to me, a more of a winter feel to it. It was kind of heavy. I mean, delicious, but heavy. So today I'm using less mayo. I'm trying to really go for a more discrete chunks of stuff that are kind of mixed together in salad form. So we got this hot griddle. I should probably have gotten the one with the lip, but okay, let's do that much for now. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of let that sit on that first side until it gets a little bit crispy, and then I'll flip it over with a spatula. It'll probably take a couple minutes, so I'll do that until it's done, and then I'll come back and we'll see what happens when we flip it over. So I'll see you in a few minutes. So I got my BAS, my big ass spatula, and I'm just gonna kind of flip it. Woo! I'm actually gonna let it go a little bit longer because it doesn't look like it's browned enough. And then I will clean this up, and by the time we get back, it'll be as if that never happened. So I'll see you back here after it actually crisps up. All right, so you can see the steam coming off, which means that there's moisture that's evaporating both from the vegetables and the bacon, but also from the mayonnaise, because there's moisture in that mayonnaise from the egg yolks, from the vinegar, etc. And as that moisture evaporates off, the mayonnaise breaks. So the emulsion breaks, which means that the fat comes out of it, as well as some of the fat rendering out of the pork. And so that's all this kind of bubbling fat you see under there. I'm going to give a little peek now. See if we're at a good place to flip yet. I think we could even go a little bit longer. You know what I think we could also do is like give this a little bit of a push. A little smush. Like try and get some really good contact going on there. This actually is one I've never made before that you're watching. All right, we're gonna flip carefully here. But this seems like one of those ideas that's like, we've had a version of it that works, so why wouldn't this one, you know? Ooh, look at how nice, and I like the way the corn is looking. All right, I'm gonna let this one sit on this side for a good long time, get some like real nice dark browning, but this is looking pretty good to me. All right, I'll come back when this is closer to finish. You know, and for people who are like afraid of mayonnaise, oh yeah, so the reason why I started initially thinking about like grilling an American style potato salad, aside from the leftovers, was that, you know, a couple years ago I did this recipe where you kind of slather, you know, a chicken or a turkey in mayonnaise, and you roast it, and it doesn't taste like mayonnaise at all. It doesn't look like mayonnaise at all. It just gives it a really nice browning. I mean, in the same way that, you know, when you toast a grilled cheese with mayonnaise, you get like a really nice even browning. So yeah, I just started thinking like, oh, well, there's mayonnaise in all these things. Would they also be good if you brown them? Egg salad, not so much, but potato salad, yes, I think. And then when we went to Wow Wow tonight, they had their version of it. So what we're making today is actually kind of like a hybrid version between what they made and what I had sort of been thinking about doing with an American style potato salad, because these are kind of, you know, Japanese potato salad ingredients. Anyway, so I don't know if other people who have ADHD like I do, like in the middle of the night, sometimes what happens is I can't go to sleep. And so one of my favorite things to do in the middle of the night when I can't go to sleep is to get some potatoes and peel them and cut them into chunks and boil them. And then chill them on a sheet tray so that the next morning I can make hash or potato salad or whatever. But like, yeah, just peeling and dicing and boiling potatoes, it's like a calming activity for me. It's like my meditation. Ooh, there we go. Oh, even longer. I keep jumping the gun. All right, I think we need to brown much longer, which means I'm gonna spread this out again. And then we're gonna go away until it's done. Having not tested it, I can't tell you for sure, but everything in my experience tells me that you could do this exact same thing in a pan on the stovetop, you know, just in a smaller batch, or you could do it on a griddle set on your grill outside. All right, we'll let this brown, and then I'll come back and we'll eat it, and I think it'll taste good. All right. So I'll see you in. Sorry, by the way, I forgot to mention that if you're gonna do this, don't use QP mayo. QP mayo, when you cook it like this, whether it's for grilled cheese or whatever else, if you cook it, it gets this like very distinctly fishy, strange aroma that I would not recommend. So QP mayo is great, but I wouldn't use it for this particular thing. All right, it's been a few minutes. I think we're actually ready to flip now. Hopefully things are not going to go flying out all over the place again. By the way, if you're going to do this at home, I would not recommend a flat-sided, a griddle with no edges. All right, now I think we're getting some good flavor development here. There's actually this recipe in my very first book in the food lab. I can't even remember what I called the recipe, but there was this night, this was when I was like in my 20s, I was over at my friend's place in New York, and it had one of those kind of typical, really small galley kitchens with like an underpowered hot point stove. And he was celebrating something and wanted a steak dinner, and he's from Ireland and loves potatoes, so asked me to like make a potato dish. And so because there wasn't a lot of like sort of stove power, I ended up making this kind of version of a hash where we boiled the potatoes and then cooked some onions down until they were a little bit caramelized, but then mix the potatoes up with them, and then you kind of put them in a cast iron pan with a bunch of butter and let it crisp on one side, and then like lift it up and mash everything together and then let it crisp again, and you repeat that over and over a few times. And so you end up with this thing that's kind of like halfway between mashed potatoes and hash, but with this like kind of crispy bits distributed all throughout it. That reminds me a little bit of this. I think it's going to be good though. All right, I'm gonna come back one last time when this is all done. I'm just gonna keep doing what I did just now until everything's cooked, and then we'll see you then, and then we'll eat it. All right, I'll see you in. All right, a few more minutes. This corn is popping like popcorn. I'm gonna add the rest of the greens of the scallions to there. Can you see how brown and crispy all this is getting now? Whew. this dish is obviously now more like hash than a grilled potato salad, but that makes me think that like mayonnaise might be the trick to like really good hash, you know? But, well, let's see how it tastes first. Just gonna soften up those scallions a tiny bit. Oh man, I feel like, you know what I need to do now? I'm gonna fry an egg while I first taste this. Because I feel like this could use an egg. When I fry eggs like this, I like to salt like just the whites, you know, because if you get salt on the yolks, it makes like these strange white spots. So you salt the yolks at the very end. All right, I'm gonna taste some of this before those eggs are done. I think this is gonna be good. Oh. I don't think any sauce at the end, just scallions. This tastes good though. What sauce? All right, let's just do some Frank's. Yeah, let's just do some Frank's. You know, when I taste this, it doesn't taste to me like anything like Japanese potato salad. So I wouldn't call it Japanese potato salad, although that is sort of what the inspiration was, but I would just call it like a mayo griddled hash. And it's delicious, so I'm gonna start testing out and grilling my hash and mayo more frequently. Which means now if I'm awake in the middle of the night, I can peel, dice, boil potatoes, season them, and then toss them with mayonnaise the night before. No, but what I should really try actually is taking leftover American style potato salad. I bet if you took leftovers of that, or even just like went to the supermarket and bought a tub of their potato salad, and then you put it on a griddle indoors or outdoors and just let it cook until all the mayonnaise breaks and things start to brown. I bet that would be delicious. It would be like hash, but like a little bit more tang and flavor to it, you know? Which is, I guess, essentially what this is. It's like the mayonnaise, it's mostly oil, but you get a little bit more browning, and you get a little bit more of this kind of lacy stuff in the browning, and that's all the sort of the egg proteins that are coagulating and browning on there. But it's essentially just oil with a little bit of like a vinegary tang, which makes it good. All right, that's a... And I will finally salt the yolks. Let me pull some of this white off so I can see the potatoes underneath. And then I can use some hot sauce. All right. I do like the way the big chunky bacon tastes. And it's nice that like the potatoes, the onions, the corn, and the bacon, like those are all things that can stand being on heat for around the same amount of time, you know, like they're all gonna kind of brown nicely and crisp nicely at around the same rate. So you can just kind of dump it all on there, which is pretty nice. So today I made what initially was going to be a grilled potato salad, which was inspired by this restaurant called Wow Wow Tonight. But then, you know, the idea was kind of let's make it a little bit more, so you can get a little more color and a little more browning on there. And then I just kind of let it go and go and go until it got really crispy. And so now a recipe that initially was going to be something inspired by a grilled Japanese potato salad we had in Japan, I think is now going to turn into a recipe that I got to test a little bit more, but a recipe for how to make really good hash. By grilling it in mayo. Yeah, I'll test it and then we'll write it down and you'll find it on KenjiLópez-Alt.com. If you like this stuff where, you know, we're kind of taking ideas that we learned from elsewhere and developing them into our own sort of takes, we're going to be doing another dish inspired by Wow Wow Tonight in a few weeks. So what they had was a tofu and beef stew. And what we're doing is we're doing the whole thing on the grill. So it's just kind of like, it's a light but delicious stew of beef and tofu that has flavor from the grill, and you can make it in your backyard and leave it simmering there and let people serve themselves. It's going to be delicious, and I will see you then. All right, guys, gals, non-binary pals, bye. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Head over to KenjiLópez-Alt.com. There you can find links to join my Patreon. There's various tiers with different perks, but that's where you're going to find all of my printed recipes. Most of them are for free. You'll also get access to special perks like new product releases, early access to things, live streams, AMAs. At KenjiLópez-Alt.com, you'll also find my shop where you'll find all of my books. You can get them signed and personalized, shipped anywhere in the world, as well as my products and product collaborations. You'll also find live event listings there. I do live events sometimes, and I'd love to see you come by. All right, see you later.